Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so I'm going to do some videos about the astrological houses. And just going to look at the first house today, but also a few of the very basic details about the chart itself. Okay, so a pretty short video, but just to give you some information. So basically, the chart itself, or the zodiac wheel, is 360 degrees in circumference, and it's split into 12 segments. Each segment represents a house of the wheel, and that house represents an area of your life or our lives, depending on whose chart we are looking at. Okay, now as you can see on here, this is all equal size houses, and it's what we know as the equal house system. Now, most astrologers, including myself, will use what we call the Placidus house system, and that is based on the tilt of the earth and the time it takes for the planets to move through each sign of the zodiac. So with the Placidus house system, the houses are not of equal size. Some will be bigger than others. All right, just to give you a bit of information then. Now, the wheel itself as well is split into 4 quadrants, as well as 4 hemispheres. But I'll just mention the quadrants here. So you've got the first quadrant there, and you've got the second one there, a third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant there. Okay. Now, the first house is the very start of the first quadrant. And you'll see there the first house, the fourth house, the 7th house, and the 10th house. They are what's known as angular houses because they are the start of each quadrant. The quadrants are also the compass points of the zodiac wheel, which is actually flipped from the normal compass. So the first house here is on the eastern side. Then you've got the 4th house is north, the 7th house is west, and the 10th house is south. So the south is at the top of the chart, north is at the bottom, east is on the left, west is on the right-hand side. Now, the first house, the 5th house, and also the 9th house are fire houses. That means that they are ruled by a fire sign. So the first house is ruled by Aries and the planet Mars. The 5th house is ruled by Leo and the Sun. And the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter. Now, the fire houses are where sparks are ignited. Fire wants to act on things. It wants activity. It wants to do. It doesn't want to sit around. So this is where the spark is ignited, as I say. But not every spark turns into a blazing fire. Some sparks go out. So if you think about it, sometimes we can have a spark and it gets water put on it straight away, or it gets earth put on it straight away. So it depends on what sign lands in your first house. And it also depends on where all the planets are in the chart and what planets are in the first house, where that spark gets turned into a fire or whether it gets put out straight away. So do you start things and see things through to the end, or do you get distracted and don't finish things? That's the question there. Now back to the first house. The very cusp of the first house, which is this line here, this is where you find the ascendant, also known as the rising sign. Now, this is the sign that is rising on the horizon, on the eastern horizon at the moment of your birth. So it's very important to know the exact time of birth to work out the ascendant. A very important point in your chart. Along with the sun, the moon, the ascendant is one of the three most important things in your chart. Going back to the first house in general then. So it's this house here. The first house is ruled by Aries. It's a cardinal fire sign. So cardinal means it wants to act straight away. It wants to be the leader. It wants to be the first in everything. You've also got Mars as its planet. Now, the first house deals with the start of everything, starts, beginnings. So if you think when you're born, right at the moment of birth, you know that you're an individual. So this is what is important in this first house. It's you as an individual person. It's your identity, your persona. It's the way you present yourself to other people, how you express your identity. It's also what you want people to think of you. So how do you want people to see you? So you could be wearing a mask. Some people have a very strong first house, and they're normally very individualistic people. They want to be the master of their own destiny. And if you think about Aries as well, because it's the symbol is the ram. Sometimes ram can go head first, can't they? They can ram things, and they want to get there first. They don't want anybody in the way. They don't want anybody under their feet. And this is basically what the first house is dealing with. It's the self, the ego, the persona that you want to present to people. So some people with a strong first house, they could be arrogant. They could be vain people. Now, just a couple of negative things there, but it depends though on what sign lands in the first house. It also depends on the planets in the first house. So there may be other aspects to those planets or to the ascendant that calm that person down so that they're not as arrogant or as egotistical as what they could be. So the aspects made to other points could either strengthen the characteristics in the first house or they could weaken them. So the first house, as I say, is the identity or your identity, our. So it's the key to self-discovery, purpose in life, who you are. It also rules the physical body and the appearance. So you could get somebody with a strong first house who likes their appearance and goes all out with their appearance. Somebody who could be into fitness and wants the big muscular strappy body, or could be somebody who wants to plaster their face with makeup. But as I say, it depends on other points, other signs, where the signs fall. Depends on a lot of other things in the chart as well. But because this house is the start and it's how we want people to see us and how we want to be approved by people as well. So the first house on the physical side of things, it deals with the eyes, not sight as in the sense, but the eyes themselves as in the physical organ of the eyes. Also deals with the head, because when we meet people for the first time, the first thing they're going to do is look at our face, because when you talk to someone, you look straight at them and you normally look into their eyes as well. It also deals with the adrenal glands. Now, these are the two little glands that are on top of the kidneys, and they deal with hormones that regulate the blood pressure and the heart rate. Okay, so that's the first house there, then, the very beginning of the chart, our very beginnings, our personal identity, how we show ourselves to others, what we want them to see. But as I say, it could be the truth, but it could also be a mask that we're wearing. I mean, if you think about some of these celebrities, for instance, I can't remember off the top of my head somebody who's got strong first house, celebrity-wise, in their chart. But just to give like an example, when you think of somebody that's really beautiful, and you've got these really glamorous ladies, but then you'll meet somebody who says, oh yeah, we've met her, she's a really nasty, horrible person. Well, the physical appearance is what they are showing to the world. That's what they want people to see. That's more important to them than what's actually the truth inside. So the first house could deal with something like that. But then you might also get someone who's got a strong first house, who other aspects in the chart sort of lead away from appearance. And they could be one of the nicest people that you've ever met, but they may not look at their appearance. They may not take care of their outside appearance very much. So as I say, it depends on other things in the chart. Well, let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you know what your ascendant is? I know mine. I'm not going to say on here. I might say one of the days, but not at the moment. Okay. But yeah, let me know your thoughts underneath. I'm still going to be doing the tarot readings and everything as well. Don't worry about that. So next time we will look at the second house of the chart. Okay, so everyone take care. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for me. And I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care then. Bye-bye.